Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hustler, and this is our Tezzeret Tribal deck. This hand's kind of sweet. Not sure exactly what we're going to do with it, but it can do a lot of stuff. We can have a turn 3 trading post here. The trading post is a very powerful card, I know that. I'm actually just kind of in love with this in Modern right now after the matches I've played with it so far. Alright, Prisms for days. Pit Prism's a nice card too. It's we've seen it in ad nauseum, and it's great in ad nauseum, of course, but it's also very good in this deck. And this is possibly a deck where it's, I'm not gonna say better or anything, but it's very good in this deck. Alright, let's see what our opponent's up to here. Red-white's something. So he's gonna have a lot of shatter or disenchants or whatever after sideboarding. Ah, Soul Sisters, okay. With Norn, perhaps? What the red's for, maybe? Seems like a thing our strategy's pretty good against. It is Norn Soul Sisters. The Windscarred Crag's actually cute. It gains a life. You look at it and you're like, oh, it's a budget player or whatever. But it's actually kind of cute with the on theme here. Alright, we can do a lot of stuff on this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna. You can gain all the life you want with this. I'm not too worried about it. As a matter of fact, the Soul Sisters with our primary game plan of making a bunch of 1/1 flyers it's pretty good against us. All right, so I can Prism here. I think first thing I'm gonna do is just play this Spell Bomb. So this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is enough to trading post and just turn, throw away the Prism. I'm fine with this. We'll just set up the long-term value here. Can make a goat even. Alright, I want to always yield to this for forever. I never ever want to interact with Norman the Wary. Oh my gosh, make it stop. Alright, note to self, don't hit F3 and lose all of the shortcuts. Alright, Keep. It's a fun one. Oh my gosh. Non-token at least. Okay. He's going to have a lot of tokens, but it's not going to matter if our game plan goes as it's supposed to and we just find an ensnaring bridge. So, certainly a bunch of triggers, though. There's going to be a lot of things on the field, which is, I kind of like our plan of just trying to turbo a bridge out. And we have this in Vinder's Fair as sort of the backup plan. To get it if we don't just, naturally find it in a turn or two here. I think we have a few turns before we're just dead. Okay, so I think I'm happy just removing this and cycling. Muck's not exactly what we wanted. Okay, we'll just naturally draw the bridge. That's pretty good, too. We do actually need 0 cards in hand for it to be good. All right, let's think about mana. I could play the Fair here. That's the Prism. That's 2. I could play the Foundry for the... I could pay 4 mana, play out these 2 things. I could play the Mox, remove the Foundry, have enough for bridge, and just have the lock in place. I'm just going to do that. Oh, we actually need to... Oh, is colored mana a thing here? Alright, let's keep that in mind. I need to make sure to use the Inventor's Fair on the bridge later. Okay, so it still works, but... You have to do it slightly differently. And there's not necessarily a rush to run out the bridge this turn, but there's no reason not to either. We are 1 short of getting to activate trading post this turn, but that's okay. Alright, our opponent just might scoop to this. He might, for all we know, he just actually has no outs to a game 1 ensnaring bridge. A lot of decks don't. And it is turn 3, and we did empty our entire hand here. And now we get sweet trading post value for the rest of the game. Trading post is great because we're going to be using it probably to, sacrifice artifacts and draw cards. But even say we drew 2 land and would, maybe be stuck with 1 in hand, trading post serves as a discard outlet to pitch it. Westvale Abbey, huh? Ormondal it is. Yeah, our opponent's deck is sweet, and he is certainly kind of doing it, right? This Champion of the Parish is going to be massive, but unless he has a main deck answer to this bridge, it's not going to matter. So I think, and obviously I could be wrong, but I honestly kind of think the game might have just ended on our turn there, even if it's not real clear yet. Our opponent can gain a lot of life and make it incredibly annoying for us to kill him, but we can do it because he's going to gain so much life off these Souls Attendants. The number of stupid Thopters we're going to have to make here. But whatever, we can do it. Just let our opponent run all of his clock down right now. There's a lot of mirrors, that's for sure. Because think about how much clock we're going to use when we have to make Thopters. Hopefully we can, get some sort of lock going and our opponent will just scoop, but we'll see. He's played a lot of non-basics. We can get a Crucible Ghost Quarter thing going on, perhaps. He's got a lot of triggers to navigate over there, that's for sure. This deck's sweet, but it's not made for these grindy matchups because you have to sack a lot of things and use a lot of clock. And yeah, Magic Online, that is a real concern. Whereas we are going to do our best to just kind of play draw go here. And we just have no reason to do anything. Alright, well that Ajani's Primate got pretty big pretty fast. I'd love if you just had a main deck Disenchant or something, and boom, got your bridge. Alright, let's see what it is. More Squad Hawks, you got it. Yeah, our opponent's actually just kind of making a mistake here, I think, by not scooping game 1. If he knows he just has no outs to Ensnaring Bridge, it's a mistake to not scoop because he's going to need that clock for these other games. Oh my gosh, did I mess up and hit F3? No. Trading Post has been MVP in this deck. When I was looking at lists that were similar to this, I saw like one that had it in, and I was like, I love that card. I played in Commander, my Sharoom deck. It's just fun. I'm going to put it in there. And it's actually just kind of been like an MVP in these matches. It's great for grinding out value. Trading out value, if you will. So many mirror. So much Pride Mate. Such life, much wow. Alright, get Pentad Prism out of here. Academy Runes, okay. Pithing Needle, does that matter? It's not named Westvale Abbey. I like what Magic Online has now with this. It's much easier to find the cards you want now. Okay, well. Now we won't deck either because we have Academy Runes up and going. We have we can just Inventor's Fair for Thopter Foundry now. On our next turn. Or, I'm sorry, for Sword of the Meek. So we can I'll try to, keep this from going too long for you viewers. If you haven't already skipped over the part where I said, I think this game ended on turn 3. Then we're gonna have to. Our opponent's gonna get a bunch of life off of all of our stuff, and it's all gonna be very annoying, etc. But eventually, we'll just start cracking in with like 21 ones. We'll take one turn to make a bunch, and then we'll just start cracking in with a bunch. Fortunately, Genesis Chamber triggers off of non-tokens. I've seen bigger Johnny's Pride Mates, but not many. And certainly not where it's going to be by the end of the game. The end of the game is going to be like a 50-50. I can't make Ormondal, though, which is important because that stupid thing has a lifelink. So it doesn't really matter, right? We could obviously beat it, and this would be, in paper, I could just say, oh, make 10 guys, etc. But on Magic Online, it's a lot of clicks, and him having a stupid Ormondal with lifelink would equal a lot more clicks for us to have to deal with. So this is 4 into sack, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. We have exactly. So I'm not going to get sweet trading post value this turn. So sad. That's a lot of things on the field. Our opponent is going off, so you never know. Maybe that's their goal. Some people play decks for fun. And if you're playing this deck, you're playing Genesis Chamber, it's certainly a lot of fun. Alright, well, Inventor's Fair, very good card. Do a lot of stuff. I can just engineer explosives for 0, kill all those duders. Alright, let's go get Sword of the Meek. And move on. Tezzeret's a sweet card, however, we can't actually play it, so we're going to have to discard it here. I guess maybe I could have played. Maybe I could have played Tezzeret, and then discarded the Sword of the Meek, and then sacked, the Mox Opal or whatever, or the Spell Bomb. I guess that technically wasn't correct. It just doesn't matter all that much. It matters in the sense that ultimating Tezzeret might have ended the game a little faster. If we could drain our opponent for 20 or whatever. But, meh. Not that big of a deal. It's very interesting our opponent hasn't scooped, though. And maybe he thinks he has an answer to Ensnaring Bridge. If he does, I'm pretty screwed, obviously. So I got a billion things in play, but... OC Trading Post was pretty good there. Otherwise, if we couldn't have discarded that Tezzeret, we would have died. Alright, he's thinking about it. Thinking about how Sword of the Meek and Thopter Foundry means he will eventually die. Sometime from now. Oh, we're going to do it anyways. Pay 1. Sacrifice an artifact. Okay. So I can't always yes, so that's annoying. Clicks are reasonable, though. I have a big lead on my opponent in terms of time, so we'll get there eventually. There's no reason for us to do anything but just pass the turn and sack a guy. He's got Outnumber, okay. Outnumber's kind of sweet, and he's going to do a lot of damage. Doesn't actually change anything, but it is nice. Way for him to trigger his Norn, I suppose. Maybe he's going to play Burn at the Stake. That would kill me. And maybe he's just waiting to draw a mountain and kill me with Burn at the Stake. You never know. Burn at the Stake's a sweet one. It's like 5 mana. Tap any number of creatures. It deals that the number of creatures you tap times 3 to creature or player. If you're interested, I have a really, really sweet deck that I played a long time ago for this series, like one of my first ones a year and a half ago or something, but it's called Mono Red Token Storm. And the deck's kind of dead since Get Probe got banned, but it was hilarious. It went with Burn at the Stake. I broke Magic Online. It couldn't make any more tokens. It was taking 2. I was casting Haze Rage, which is a storm card. It gives your creatures +1/+0 and buyback. It has buyback, and it was taking 2 minutes to resolve it just to put it back in my hand, because I had some number of thousands of tokens or something. But it wasn't. It's not an infinite deck, just a sweet deck. All right, so much life gained by everybody here. Lightning bolt me. Okay. Opponent has no cards in hand. Alright, well, it begins. We've got some guys here. I think we can start attacking now. Next turn, probably. Slam our 4 guys into... We only have 4 that can attack. Slam them into Squad Hawks now. Slam them into them next turn. Doesn't make any difference. So, nothing to be gained to that turn. But now we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more guys and start the beatdown. Meanwhile, my opponent has a 37-37 Ajani's Pridemate. Yeah, I'm really glad actually we drew that Pithy Needle named Westvale Abbey, because fighting through Ormondal would have been so much more annoying than this game's already going to be. One of those combos that's much easier in paper than Magic Online. I wish there was a way, if your opponent had F6 or whatever, had passed all priority, you could do a number of actions. You could say like start loop, click a button, and then do it, and then click like repeat loop or something. That actually probably wouldn't work in this case because it's not infinite; it's just for how much mana you have. But that would make infinite combos a lot more playable. That sounds like a pain to code and tricky, I know, but it also doesn't sound impossible. Alright, well, let's begin here. It's going to take some number of turns, but fortunately we now have the second whir here. Oh my gosh. So many Norn triggers. Oh, triggers when stupid things attack too. Alright, whatever. Alright, it begins. We will eventually kill our opponent. I guess I should whir for the... we already have the trading post. I should just whir for the other bridge. In case there's, something in his deck that's an out. So we do need to get the card out of our hand, obviously. None of these kill him any faster. Killing his mirrors doesn't do anything, etc., etc. Ratchet Bomb doesn't matter. Okay, Ensnaring Bridge. And pass the turn. Okay, well, opponent's down to 54. That's progress, I guess. Add a few more guys to the table this time around. So I don't know what outs he thought he had, but he certainly has fewer now. Burn at the Stake's probably one of the only ones. Which is kind of funny. Alright, here goes. Back to the grind. It's odd. Usually people scoop at this point, so I don't know. Maybe our opponent's got some sort of out here. Maybe he just wants to gain a bunch. Maybe he just wants the biggest Pridemate possible. I don't know, but it is odd there has not been a scoop. Gosh, I can't choose attack all. Come on. So many clicks in this match. Okay. So maybe I should play around the maybe I should play around the burn at the stake. That's what we're gonna play around burn at the stake here by using our Ghost Quarter to make him fetch land out of his deck. So if he was missing a third red, there's now going to be one less red mana in his deck. See, and he did go get a mountain. We did it. Our strategy paid off, maybe. Well, we're not there yet, but we are making progress on our opponent's life total. He's down to 45, and it's not exponential or something, but there's some word that logarithmic, maybe, I don't know, that he will be taking more damage every turn that this current loop continues. So another Genesis Chamber. Yeah, our opponent's just trying to go for a high score here, I think, which is fine. More power to him. In fact, that doubles the amount of life gain, doesn't it? I would not hate drawing a card to remove the stupid Soul's Attendant. As a matter of fact, I might take a little off this. I might take 2 mana off this turn and get rid of this Spell Bomb with the Trading Post and draw a card off of it to try to kill this stupid Attendant. Because he only has the one. All right, well, our opponent's just going to make us play it all out. It might be a no one-game match here. But you know what? We found it. We're now killing this stupid Soul's Attendant. What? Oh, I played my card. Ah, I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I've been lulled. False sense of security. That's funny. It doesn't really... Again, it doesn't actually matter. It just makes this game go a little longer. Why not? So I could have... I'm going to blow it up at the inset here. I could blow it up my main phase or whatever, but that would require me hitting F3 and then hitting yield to all of his creatures, all of his stupid triggers again. I refuse. Is it the burn at the stake? This is going to be incredible if it is. He has tapped 5 mana. This is legitimately burn at the stake. Is this about to happen to me? I think he's highlighting all the creatures he's tapping right now. If I just in the dark called this rando card for our opponent to have in his deck, if that's what happened, and he has it right now, and he kills me, I am going to scoop. I'm going to scoop on the spot because he's earned it, and I'm not doing this again. I refuse to go through this again. I think that's what's happening. What else could be happening? He tapped 5 mana, 3 of it red. On the turn he got 3 red, and we're now waiting for it. It has to be him highlighting all of his creatures. This is going to be hilarious if this is the case. And there's also nothing we could have done about it. There was no way to ever actually play around it. Which is pretty funny. Oh my gosh! I guess I should have got that engineered explosives, huh, boys? How many is it? 30, 20, it's alright. I'm not even mad. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure we're favoring the matchup. I could have got it for 0. Although it actually doesn't really stop it because you have to know he has it. There's no way to prevent that because tapping was part of a cost. But all right. Let's take our damage, take our medicine. We deserve it. We earned it. Oh man. The thing is, oh my gosh, minus 39. All right, man, you got me. I'm going to concede the game. I'm going to concede the match. I'm not playing that again. But you know what? It's not often you make 20 Thopters with your Thopter Foundry combo and then just get burned out of the game at the stake even. So that was incredible. Props to our opponent. That match was awesome. Thank you for watching. We mined all the modern, not just our deck, which is sweet, but our opponent, he mined it a little further. So he's dug much deeper. That was great.